Hi, we're here at Quidditch Eastern Regionals. This is the final match of the night. I am Rico, and I'm here with...
I'm here. I'm Mo.
Hi, Mo.
Hi.
So head refs for tonight is Kyle Ross. Assistant referees Brian Melchior, Christos Caldas, John Keats, Sinan, and our snitch will be Marcus. They're on the field currently. We're setting up for Brooms Up. This is the finals we've seen before.
Yeah, absolutely.
How many times have we seen this finals, Mo?
I'm pretty sure we've seen this final three or four times within the last couple years. I know this was the matchup last year at regionals, Valhalla Guelph. I believe Guelph took the medal there.
At last regionals, yes.
Yes, took the gold medal there. There was no Valhalla Guelph matchup, I don't believe, for medals at nationals.
Not nationals, there wasn't, but at the previous nationals there was.
Yes, and it was.
No, sorry, that was for Calgary. But they meet often at regionals, and we're about to have a Brooms Up here.
Yeah. Quick grab there by the Guelph keeper, number 16, as he grabs the ball on Brooms Up, slowly advancing towards the hoops. Pressure there. Pass over to Jeremy Barrelco's. Shoots and he scores. And that's the opening goal of this match. Scored by Guelph. Jeremy, also a standing team member for Team Canada. We're going to see a high-intensity match today.
For sure. It's going to be high-octane. And the key, as always, is going to be that beater game. Guelph has more aggressive beaters than they're probably used to seeing from other teams, and Zach McDonald is an absolute machine for them in the pass, and that shot's going to get blocked by Lyndon Evers coming in for Valhalla.
So we have here Jeremy for Guelph bringing the quaffle up, talking with his beater, Zach McDonald there. Currently, BS is in the hands of Valhalla, big catch there by Tyson, beater on Valhalla. Big tackle too by Andrew Custers, number 18 on Valhalla. Valhalla being a very physical team. Both of these teams actually being very physical teams. So Andrew Custers here bringing the ball up the pitch. Pass to Lyndon Evers, number 10, Valhalla. No good on that goal, but Michael Beta, number 88, picking up the quaffle and scoring on that play. If you can move the camera up.
Yeah. So that line is going to be a difficult one for Guelph to stop. They've got a lot of size, they've got a lot of speed, and that's Andrew Custers, Lyndon Evers, and Mike Beta. One of the more skilled lines for Valhalla for sure, and it's a line that's going to play a big role tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And like we've talked about before today, the three of those guys have all played together on Queens at one point in time. As we see here, Jeremy going to the net, crashing the hoops, but not getting the goal. Looks to be a call on the play. Assistant ref Christos did have his hand up. It seems to be a card on number 10, Lyndon Evers. We'll wait here for the call from head referee Kyle Ross.
Yeah, well, with bludger superiority now, that's their big line with Zach McDonald on it, and he's often very aggressive. It's hard for a lot of teams to handle him. Playing for the Otters last year certainly had a very hard time dealing with him every game we played, and he's going to be a big force for them, helping them keep that possession, helping out on defense, and making sure these drives are going through. While Valhalla does have a lot of physical chasers, if you can take their beaters out of the equation, that's going to be a big deal. And we have a yellow card to Lyndon Evers for dislodging the hoops, and he's going to come over and serve hard time for that.
So that is a yellow card to number 10, Lyndon Evers, for intentionally dislodging the hoop. With that, because advantage was played out, both teams will go to their opposite halves. Guelph going up to the midline, Valhalla to the keeper zone, and we're back now. Valhalla here on the penalty kill. Guelph, Jeremy, number 8, slowly bringing the quaffle up. Big D, quick drive to the hoops, and he scores! Capitalizing on that penalty. Score is now 20 for Guelph, 10 for Valhalla.
And Jeremy's a big chaser, he's a physical chaser, he's a fast chaser, and also, Mo, an excellent seeker.
Yeah, absolutely. He picks up speed quickly. He accelerates from 0 to 100 so fast. Once he has reached speed, there's no stopping him.
Oh!
Ooh, a little mishap there at midfield there.
For both sides, really.
For both sides, yes, I agree. Keeper Atana Crow getting beat out there, and Guelph then losing that quaffle just on an inherent trip there from what it looked like. But Valhalla controls the quaffle right now, passes up to number 16, Alex Naftel. Again, waiting for their beaters to do a lot of their work and creating those driving lanes. Alex Naftel passes down to number 7, Zoe Mastoletto, who cannot corral the ball, and Guelph picks up the quaffle now as they head up towards up the pitch.
And speaking of big, fast, physical chasers who also play Seeker, Alex Naftel is one of them. Played Team Canada for a number of years at that position. One of the best Seekers in Canada, certainly, or he used to be at any rate.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of good Seekers, so it's hard to know how that ranks up right now, but definitely in that top tier.
Yeah, a big beat there in front of the hoops by Valhalla. Derek Taylor stopping the goal there. Again, beaters are going to be a big part of this game, from both teams. Both teams have very strong beaters, and they're probably looking to control this game as much as possible.
It's been a surprisingly low-scoring affair so far for both these teams. Still 20-10 for Guelph. Almost 5 minutes into this game. We're at 4 minutes, 30 seconds, and still looking for that scoring to really open up.
Yeah, definitely a different atmosphere overall. I mean, you can feel the intensity here from these players. It seems like both teams are really just trying to get a feel for how things are. Guelph is now subbed on their captain, Ryan Yeet. Another big force for that Guelph Quidditch team. Again, a lot of the offense driving through him and or Jeremy. So we'll see what they can do here on this play with the both of them out there.
And it should be noted that although Valhalla, is often seen as an incumbent favorite, this is actually Guelph's title defense as regional champions from last year.
Yeah, absolutely. And on that play there, Jeremy, number 8 for Guelph, scoring on that play to bring the score to 30-10 for Guelph as we approach the 5.5-minute mark now. If I'm not making a mistake, I think Jeremy might have 2 or 3 of the goals for Guelph.
It's possible he has all of them, in fact.
Yeah, absolutely. Big shot attempt there by number 42, Devin Dunn on Valhalla. Completely blocked, but the ball is picked up by 16. Alex Naftel passes Zoe Mastoletto, number 7, but she was beat before. Quaffle is now quickly turned down the pitch by number 76 on Guelph. Held down by 16, Alex Naftel. Number 3 here, Ryan Yee now picks up the quaffle. Wow, what a turn of events there. Guelph picking up the quaffle and just turning it back the other way so fast.
And then to be stopped by that big hit from Alex Naftel. He's been known for those in the past. Not always playing a pointer, so you don't want to see that side of his game, but it is definitely one that exists for him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Guelph here passing the ball between their players a lot, but quickly turned over as keeper Atana Crow picks up that quaffle. And Valhalla doing a full line sub here now, bringing on Lyndon Evers, Sam McCall, and Tyson. My mistake. They subbed Devin Dutt here now, playing beater instead as chaser for this game.
That can be a big advantage sometimes to change players in between positions like that. Definitely throws off the other team who are used to looking for that player as a chaser or as a beater, and then to see that change up often gives them that extra half second that really can make a difference.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Guelph here using their beaters to really beat out Valhalla to the point where they don't have a lot of chasers in and around the hoops, causing that quaffle to turn over without allowing Valhalla to score. Again, we see the beaters playing a big part of this game so far, really driving the pace and the way of attack forward for each team.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's always a great game to watch. 2 of the best teams in Canada go at it. Beater Gomes, definitely also really good for us. They have good players on every side of the ball, and both these teams do. And that's the thing. You can have one good line, but if you don't have depth, it's going to be a tough tournament, and both of these teams have depth in spades.
Yeah. Wow. Crazy shot there by keeper and captain number 3, Ryan Yee on Guelph, scoring on that play, bringing the score to be 40-10 for Guelph.
And you have to imagine that right now the momentum is in their favor.
Yeah.
They're known to be a team that picks up speed, and if they're doing well, they'll keep doing well. And it's hard to throw them off that game, and they can take control of games when they break out of that early lead. Usually the book on Guelph is try and frustrate them, slow the game down, make sure they can't get those goals in. They get frustrated. They can take bad cards. None of that evident here. They're looking like an absolutely dominant team right now.
No, not at all. And if Valhalla doesn't start scoring, do you think that maybe they'll be taking an early timeout in this game in order to maybe regroup?
I wouldn't be surprised. It's going to have to wait for, if they get a couple more unanswered, we might see that. And I'm going to put you in a weird spot, Mo, and I'm going to ask you to make a prediction. Does Guelph get out of range before Snitch is on pitch?
It's on its way. It's coming.
Oh, we have a bit of an equipment malfunction on the field. The force of that last dunk shattering the hoop. So we're going to need to get one of those replaced before we move on.
If Guelph keeps up the way that they're currently playing that high energy, high momentum game, I do think that they can push this game outside of range before Snitch comes on. That being said, I have seen games like this between these two teams start this way and end up being the total opposite by the time Snitch comes out on pitch. So, it is really any team's game right now. Valhalla's still in it. They're still within swim range right now. And so we'll see how it goes.
Well, way to avoid my attempt to put you in a bad position there. Excellent purple judo, Mo. And now we're going to see keeper Atana Crow walk that up, pass it up to Custers, who is playing chaser now. They've stacked their chase line a little bit, hoping to get that offense to start going.
Yeah, it seems like Valhalla is, switching their players up, trying to get as many of their stronger players out there, driving players out there as much as possible, which in this case looks to be putting number 18, Andrew Custers, in as chaser, so they can keep keeper 24, Atana Crow, out there as well, to see if they can generate some momentum here and start scoring some goals.
Yeah, and it's not going to help them just on the offensive side of the ball. Custers definitely adds a speed and an aggressive edge to that line. But it's going to help him a lot on defense as well. Custer's definitely known for his defensive tackling. Excellent technique, not necessarily a big hitter, but a consistent hitter.
Absolutely. I've had my fair share of hits.
Also a big hitter, though.
Of Custer's, yeah. Definitely can say it hurts. It works good. So pass across in there behind the hoops. Still held on to by Guelph. And they score from number 13, Guelph Chaser, scoring on that play from what it looked like to be a turnover.
It looked like that was going to be a missed pass there.
Guelph Chaser grabbing that ball behind the hoops and making the play in order to keep this game, or keep the energy in this game, and keep increasing the lead as the score is now 50-10. As Alex Naftel now driving to the hoops, pass to Atana Crow, who gets tackled to the ground, passes to Andrew Custers, who shoots. No, goal is no good. Ball is now picked up by the keeper of Guelph, slowing this pace down. Wow, what a drive there. Series of events. Couple great passes from Valhalla. Big tackle there on Atana Crow, causing them to turn that ball over.
You can see them getting a little bit frustrated. Really wanted that goal to have counted. Great ref crew on right now. And let's see how this goes. They're going to be on a big drive now.
Picked up here by number 18, Andrew Custers, driving towards the hoops. Passes to Yara, and they score. Great pass from Andrew Custers over to Yara, who makes no mistake and puts that ball through the hoop, bringing this game back within Snitch range. Scores now 50 for Guelph, 20 for Valhalla as we approach the 11-minute mark in this game now.
Yeah, Yara definitely a very talented chaser, known absolutely as a finisher. Great top-end speed, very evasive, and excellent hands in the red zone around the hoops there.
Absolutely. She knows where to be, when to be, and what to do when she gets that.
And the team knows to feed her the ball, too.
Absolutely.
They know that's how she's going to get goals.
So ball currently held here in shot by keeper number 66 on Guelph. That shot was missed. That is a turnover to Valhalla, who Andrew Custer, number 18, now grabs the ball and heads down the pitch with a lot of speed. Passes that ball down to number 22, Yara, who wasn't able to grab that ball, and now that quaffle will be turned over to Guelph.
Now, if we've seen a pattern start to happen in this game, it's that this game of long shots is not working out for either team. We saw Valhalla start with early, trying to make more shots than anything, not having a lot of success with that. We just saw Guelph go on a drive and take a shot and have no joy with that either. It seems like this is a game where teams are going to have to get right in close to really make those daggers go home.
Yeah, no, absolutely agree. As we have Guelph Chaser, number 8, Jeremy, bringing this ball up very slowly. High pressures here by Valhalla. Pass is across. Big block there by number 22, Yara. That ball is grabbed now by number 18, Andrew Custers, as he rushes down the pitch. One-on-one with, wow, what a pass there from number 18, Andrew Custers, to number 16, Alex Naftel. Just as Jeremy was about to tackle Custers, he got that ball off to Naftel, and they score. Now the score is 50-30 for Guelph. Valhalla scoring a couple now to really bring this game back within range. It seems like Valhalla's getting a little bit more momentum here now.
Yeah, I mean, how many times have we seen that play from them? We scored twice now, very quickly, without response from Guelph, on really a very similar play. That rush in, that cross pass, and that finish from both Naftel and from Yara. And that's something that we've seen them use a lot this tournament to devastating effect.
Another fast breakdown. Number 10, Lyndon Evers passing to number 16, Alex Naftel, scoring, bringing the score to 50-40 for Guelph. And again, beaters for Valhalla doing work, causing that fast break to happen the other way.
Valhalla's
no beater situation.
Hungry for it. You can hear Naftel yell, "Let's go, I want this medal." They're here for it, but so is Guelph. And if this game keeps going like this is going to be a bitter fight to the finish.
Absolutely. The Guelph bench has gone a bit quiet here, while the Valhalla bench does seem to have a lot more energy here. So we'll see how that plays a role as well. But big rush there by keeper.
No goal.
Guelph doesn't seem to have put the goal through. Number 16, Alex Naftel, slowing the pace down after realizing that Guelph's got 2 beaters with bludger superiority. Trying to make a play here with his keeper, Tana Crow, who currently has the ball. Dodges one, passes down low to Lyndon Evers, who puts that ball through the hoop. And the score is now tied up, 50-50.
Yeah, and, only 2.5 minutes till Snitch comes on pitch. This may come down to the Seekers here.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
As it has so many times before.
Valhalla with a big stop there as well to stop Guelph from scoring on that play. That's a couple times now Valhalla has been able to stop the offensive drive from Guelph and use that momentum to score the other way.
And they're still close. You're seeing a lot of Custers, a lot of Lyndon Evers, and a lot of keeper Tana Crow. They've been on the field for a while now, looking for that extra edge. But you have to think they can't keep this up all game.
Big rush there by number 18, Andrew Custers, driving towards the hoops and scoring on that play. Valhalla is now in the lead here. Score is 60-50 in favor for Valhalla. The time being about 15 minutes and 16 seconds now.
And they've roared back now. They've scored, what is it 4 or 5? I think 5.
Yeah, I think it's 5 in a row now.
Goals. Yeah. That's a big momentum swing. And this is the kind of time where, we have in the past seen Guelph get a little frustrated. That being said, they're doing a great job of managing it right now. Everybody is laser focused on this game.
I know we were talking about Valhalla potentially taking a timeout early on when they were down 40-10. But now with 5 unanswered goals here from Valhalla, do you see maybe Guelph taking a timeout in order to maybe just regroup and gather their thoughts before Snitch comes out?
Honestly, it could be either team that takes a timeout now. Often, beyond the 15-minute mark, it's less about momentum swings, though it can be, and really more about kind of planning out your snitch on pitch strategy, giving some players a break. If key players that you have from the chase or beater game are going to then be going and seeking, you want to give them a rest sometimes, let them catch their breath, and really kind of switch their mindset, get their heads in the seeker game. Well, you plan that out for sure. Are your beaters going to stay on Quaffle? Are they going to go on Snitch? Now, when it's this close, there is almost really no option. Your beaters do have to really go after those seekers aggressively and make sure that it's your team getting the most time with that Snitch and giving yourself the best chance to catch and win as possible.
Absolutely. So we're just the refs discussing something here. Head ref Kyle Ross talking to both coaches from both teams here. But once we hear something from the pitch, we will inform you folks at home as to what the call, if there is a call, is. This game being so close as it is, it definitely seems like it's going to come down to snitch on pitch.
Yeah, and I mean, when snitch on pitch happens, we could see the score get run up. The game changes drastically at that point with the beaters' attention pulled in so many directions. And snitch on pitch, what really wins the game for you is, how are your beaters doing? Can they keep focus on both the seeker game and the Quaffle game? And being able to give them the opportunities to let you guys make plays.
Yeah, and with that, Kyle Ross does confirm that there is no call on the play, and just as play starts, Guelph does call that timeout at the 15-20 minute mark of this game. Valhalla leading 60-50. Obviously, like we were saying, timeouts here for multiple reasons. Again, momentum shift, but also just to regather, regroup before a snitch comes out on pitch. Talk about the plan, because obviously it's a completely different game once the snitch comes out.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Valhalla's personnel deployment, purely because they've shortened their bench up a little bit, and we're going to see, now we're going to see who they're going to play in all situations here. And get to see kind of how Guelph responds to that. They're changing personnel deployment as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Usually at this type of match, at this point in that match, we will start to see more frequently the same people coming in and out of the benches from both teams, as both teams will try to put people on that can really drive the score up and get this game out of range, or even just get
make those hits on defense too.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, Valhalla, couple big stops there on those last few rushes to keep this score at 60-50. It'll be interesting to see as well, once the beaters do go to snitch on pitch, how that defense might be affected, as obviously they've been relying a lot on not just their physical play, but also
and we've seen it before, when Snitch comes on pitch, if all the beaters get sucked in that seeker game, it just turns into a very tough physical game, lots of no beaters drives, and that can take its toll physically on both teams.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And mentally even.
Yeah, and now we're back after this timeout. Guelph chaser number 76 slowly bringing this ball up the pitch. Tana playing a very high or low defense here, pushing number 76 on Guelph out to the outside, but he manages to swing around and score, bringing this game tied at 60 apiece. Big goal there for Guelph after that timeout.
And now we have another stoppage.
Another stoppage on the play, maybe a card.
Now it can still at the pace of play, but we are in a gold medal match here. A lot of very good refs on the field, and they just want to make sure that they're getting the calls as correct as possible, especially with 1 minute till Snitch comes on pitch. We have seeker Alex Naftel coming on to go up against Marcus. No seeker yet from Guelph, but we have a couple with headbands on, and they're ready to deploy. Naftel down.
Am I in your right, Wolf?
You're going to be.
Keeper number 24, Atana Crow, now advancing the ball up the pitch. Sees the threat from the beaters. Oh, great intercept there by number 76 on Guelph. to block that pass to number 7, Zoe Mastoletto. Ball is now in the hands of number 3 keeper, captain Ryan Yee, who rushes down the pitch and slows and waits for his team to join him, swinging slowly around the hoops, looking for his passing options, going for a pass shot there for what it looked like to number 76, who does miss the shot attempt there. Valhalla will gain control of the clock here.
Liver's hurt. Liver's hurt.
Sounds like there is a no-beater situation here.
He's hurt.
Great pass from Atana Crow over to Michael Beta, number 88, who will dunk on the play. There is a stoppage in the play. It does look like there might be an injury to number 76, Guelph Chaser. Big goal there by Valhalla to keep pushing the pace of this game forward.
Yeah, absolutely. After Guelph scoring a couple goals there, we still have Valhalla leading by 1. Still, looking for that all-important snitch grab, and it looks like that's what it's going to come down to in the end. Both these guys are going to get out here and go as hard as they can at first, and expect to see heavy beater resistance on that secret game, as we have Alex Naftel against
Chris, number 179, I believe, or some 176 there on Guelph. I've seen both of these seekers go at it. I've SR'd against both of these guys before. And
SR'd against them, Mo?
Sorry, I've been the SR while they've been out there seeking. Excuse me. And both players are super aggressive, and both willing to really tax their body there to make the catch. So it'll be interesting to see, especially both teams, what the beaters are going to do.
Willing to risk it for the distance.
I'm assuming both teams will probably be putting beaters on their snitches.
Oh, almost certainly.
Seekers,
especially being so in range.
But,
and we are, as a live stream, going to follow the snitch while it is in close range like that. So we apologize that you're not going to get to see all the wonderful dunks that you would like to, but the secret play is going to be intense, and we think that more than makes up for it.
I will do my best to give the play-by-play as best as I can in order to give you folks at home the best picture of what's happening in the Quaffle game as the snitch or as the seekers do get released.
That being said, deliberations still continuing. Now we're seeing that big beater line, Zach McDonald and Nutella 22 on for Guelph, facing off against Arjun and his partner as well. Definitely look for that to get very active. Valhalla with bludge superiority right now. With a minute left, that beater game is going to get fast. It's going to get furious as Guelph tries to reclaim that before Seekers come on.
Absolutely. And expect to see a lot of Jeremy and Ryan on Guelph out there now as the Seekers do come out and are released. Both guys are big bodies, can drive through players, as well as can make big defensive stops. So expect to see a lot of them for Guelph. And Rico, as a former member of Valhalla,
Go on.
Who do you expect to see out there for Valhalla during Snitch on Pitch pretty often?
Oh, man. Definitely. Kush has been eating a lot of minutes for them. Beta, Linden, Atana, a couple of players. Zoe's been clutch for them as well. It's difficult to say as they switch around key personnel. They may be doing a few injuries as well. Yara will definitely make an appearance. And we're going to see a lot of their top beater pair as well. We're going to see a lot of Tyson. We're going to see a lot of Alex Sugar as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
60 right now. Yeah, we changed it to
So score is actually tied 60-60 as part of the score correction we're just having right now.
Yeah.
As the last goal apparently was not valid.
Yep, so just for the viewers at home, score 60-60. Just after 17 minutes now, Seekers will be released in the next 50 seconds and expect to see a very high-intensity game come out of that once the Seekers are released. Ball currently sits in the hands of number 8, Jeremy, who passes to his captain, number 3, Ryan Yee.
Thank you.
Ryan Yee driving. Big block there by Andrew Custer's number 18 on Valhalla. Great big block there by Custers there to keep this game tied at 60.
Yeah, absolutely. He's made a couple of those diving stops before today. Everyone, absolutely crucial, and they look very excellent too.
Absolutely.
4, 3, 2, 1. Seekers release.
Seekers
with
are
that
now
count-
released.
Sam McCall coming in to beat out Guelph Seeker right away and give Alex Naftel that all-important first chance on the Snitch.
And with that, Valhalla does score on that play to put the score to be 70-60 for Valhalla. But with that, it looked like Guelph caught the Snitch.
Little friendly rivalry between
Wow.
Chris and Alex
That
Naftel there,
happened
both seeking
so
that beautiful catch.
Quickly, 21 seconds after the Seekers have been released, refs are discussing this to see if this was a good catch. But wow.
All it takes is a heartbeat, and this game changes.
Wow.
Definitely, as soon as we've talked about it a number of times, as soon as Snitch is on, it's a totally different game.
Absolutely. But
Winners and losers
wow.
happen in seconds.
I'm still in shock of that Snitch catch because
I understand the Snitch I was seeing coming. I didn't see it coming either.
no, and I don't. And the catch is good. Wow. Guelph Gryphons winning this game 110-70 after a big catch from Chris, the Guelph Seeker. His entire team now storming the pitch.
And Guelph are this year's Eastern Regionals champions.
Consider it defended. Wow, what a game though.
What a great game.
Yeah.
It got a little bit streaky at the beginning and definitely tightened up. 18 minutes, 20 seconds to have it be 70-60 when the Snitch was caught. Very tight game, very low scoring. Both these teams at the very peak of their powers. Always an excellent matchup. And again, thank you for watching. I've been Eric.
And I'm Mo.
And this has been Quidditch Canada Eastern Regional Finals. Congratulations, Guelph. Congratulations, Valhalla. And thanks to all the other teams that came out here, played hard, and had a good time. And we will see you at Nationals.